Welcome to our unboxing and review of the Seiko SBDN028, which is the Seiko Solar Tuna, the newly released limited edition of only 3,000 pieces. It came in a variety of colors. The SBDN028 is the black and gold. Here you can see the code. Each color came in 3,000 pieces. The box is a nice cardboard box, nothing special, but it is quite nice. Inside you will find another hard cardboard box that contains the actual watch itself. We'll open that in a second, and then you have a little slot here, and in it, I'll put this here, you get a little prospects booklet containing the history of Seiko Prospects line, but actually more their professional dive line. This side has text in Japanese and the other side has the text in English. Now the model that I went for, the black and gold, this is the reason why I went for that color combination, because it reminded me the most of the 1978 golden tuna and the 1986 golden tuna, which in my opinion are the best looking tunas ever made. So that is what made me decide to get this color combo. There's also a black and white, like regular color with steel. There's a Pepsi version, and then there's the lowercase, the Freeman Sports Club version, which has like the fake patina, and it's all black, and I didn't like the fake patina, so you get a guarantee. Inside you get this little card which has been filled out there, and you have Solid Diver's instruction manual about how to use your watch and the movement, of course. Now that we've covered all this, let's move to the watch itself. It comes in another box. This one is much better made than that one, of course. It's thick and nice. And here is the watch itself. It comes on a little pillow. The tags are all here. I took them off earlier, so no need to check that. This is the watch itself. A very nice pillow. And here is the watch. It is very, very nice in person. I don't know if it comes out like that in the video, but it comes on a urethane strap, the new Seiko urethane strap, which is very soft and silky to the touch, unlike the old Z22s and those straps that came with the SKX007 or the Monster, which were mostly plastic. This is really soft and pliable, and like I said, it's very silky to the touch. Now the durability, I don't know, we'll see how much it lasts. The watch is black coated, the case and the buckle, with the buckle being brushed, and it's actually, I'll try to zoom in, it's actually quite nice. And the lugs and watch case is actually polished. The case back is, as you can see, stainless steel, and it's silver. It's not black like the, I don't know if it's a DLC coating or what it is, but it looks really nice. It makes the lugs disappear in a way, which is another thing which I like more than on the other versions that have silver lugs. The lugs really get noticed. Over here they're kind of hidden. The bezel is gold. The screws are gold. The crown too. And then you have this shroud which is made of some kind of reinforced plastic, as Seiko says. It's very matte-like and satin to the touch. It's also silky and really gives the impression of high quality. I don't know what they use to make it, and I don't know how durable it's gonna be, but it's really nice to the touch. It feels like some kind of luxurious plastic, not something you find every day. The watch itself is 45.9 millimeters in both directions. So lug to lug is 45.9 and side to side is 45.9. It's also quite thin. It's 12 millimeters thick, so it's very thin for a dive watch, especially for one that looks so beastly and so deep. Now, what else to say about the movement? Is solar powered, V147. It's a standard run-of-the-mill Seiko quartz movement, but it's quite nice. The markers, the watch almost always hits the markers spot on, and it seems good quality. We'll see about the durability and the precision. It has a date, and that's about it. The first click is a quick set date for date setting. The second click is to adjust the time. As you can see, it hits almost perfectly every single time. Maybe it's off by a few degrees, but it's really impressive, since it's not the 7C46 that you get in regular tuna, which is considered a bit of a higher end quartz movement. This is just a run-of-the-mill quartz with a solar panel. The crown is a screw down, naturally, and I have to say, it's one of the smoothest crowns that I have seen and tried. My monster crown feels like, I mean, this is in a completely different league compared to the monster or the SKX, I have to admit it. The bezel is nice. It's 120 clicks, as you can hear it. The clicks are really nice. It's precise. There's a little bit of backplay. It's not the perfect bezel, but it's quite nice. Now, to talk about the things that I like about this watch. The first thing is the looks. It looks like a classic tuna from the 70s and the 80s, the golden one. And the other thing that I like about the gold is that the dial text doesn't pop out as much as if it were white. The gold makes it a bit subdued, and it doesn't pop out as much. It has the new Prospex logo, which everyone hates. I don't hate it. Do I like it? Not particularly, but I don't have a problem with it. Also, because it's gold, it doesn't stand out as much if it were white. The other thing that I really like about this watch is the dial depth. You have the chapter ring, which goes very vertically down, and then after it you have another slope which is vertical, completely vertical before you reach the dial. It's very hard to notice it on camera, but in real life it's really deep. But despite the depth, it's not really that thick of a watch. It's only 12 millimeters thick, which is, compared to today's divers, which are 14, 15, some are even 17, this is really thin, and that makes it nice to wear. I mean, it's only 1 millimeter thicker than my SNK 805, which is considered a really small watch. So that really makes it wearable. Also, the other thing, other than the thickness, is the size itself. Although it's a 46 millimeter watch, which should be considered a beast and a large watch, and on the wrist it does appear like you're wearing something special, but it's very wearable because it's only 46 millimeters long. And that's the problem with people with small wrists like mine, which is a 6.5, is that most new divers are 50, 52, 54 millimeters lug to lug, and I can only wear up to 49, sometimes 50. I don't like anything more than that. And this makes this watch very nice. When I put it on, it's not too big at all. So it gives me an opportunity to wear something that looks cool and that is a bit on the bigger side without looking ridiculous. Also, other things that I like is the loom pip on the bezel. I don't know why I like it, but it's just made so nicely. There's a silver ring, and then there's like a piece of glass over it. I don't know if I can. I probably can't do it. There. Like there's a little piece of glass inside, and then loom underneath of that. It really looks nice in real life. Unfortunately, I can't really capture it here. Well, that's about it about the likes. Now let's try it on. Now it's time to put it on the wrist, but before I do that, I just wanted to compare it. I mean, I wanted you to see how my SNK looks on my wrist. Now this is a watch that is considered pretty small. It's 37 millimeters wide, and it's got a lug to lug of about 44, 45, something like that. So let's just take this off, and I just want to show you the thing about the thickness that I was telling you. There you go. Now as you can see, let me just try to sharpen this out. Okay, as you can see, they're almost the same thickness. The SNK even seems like it's thicker sometimes when you look at it. Also over here you can notice the short lug to lug, that the lug to lug is almost the same on both watches, although one is only 37 and the other one is 46. So the size difference is quite substantial, but the wearability is not. Okay, now to put it on the wrist. Okay, we'll put it a little tighter. And there we go. As you can see, it's really short. Look where the lugs end. It feels almost like I could wear even a bigger watch of this style. See the thinness? It's really well proportioned, and it looks really cool. And again, like I said, the blacked out lugs make them disappear, so it seems almost like the monocoque tunas, which are lugless. So it's a really nice watch. The buckle. Also, one more thing to notice. The strap is not extremely long like on normal Seiko divers, where usually if I put a normal Seiko diver, the strap would be sticking like this much on my wrist, since my wrist is like 6.5 inches. But when I put this strap, you see it ends right there, and I can put the buckle. So it's really well sized, and I believe even people with larger wrists won't have problems putting it on. Okay, just to do a quick loom shot. As you can see, the loom is typical Seiko, which means it stays bright very long, and it is very bright. So you won't have trouble reading time at night. This shot also reveals the only thing that I don't like about the watch, and that is that they cut the 4 o'clock marker to put the date on. In my opinion, they should have put the date at 4:30, which would make the dial more symmetrical and perfect in my opinion. And that's about it when it comes to loom. And now for some final thoughts to conclude our review. I believe this model, I believe Seiko hit the jackpot with this model. The watch looks great, feels great on the wrist. I love the size. I love the loom. I love the looks of the watch. The gold makes it very special because there were only other two models of tunas that had gold in them. It was the 70s tuna, the 600 meter, and the 80s tuna, which was 1,000 meter. And there's the new spring drive tuna, but that's very expensive, and I believe it was a limited run. So I believe Seiko really makes a nice gold accented tuna, and the only thing that I don't like is that they've made it They make it rarely, and it's always limited. They should make a regular model out of this. The Solar Tuna, the idea of a Solar Tuna is also one that I really, really like. I like the idea of never opening a watch to change the battery, because the one time when I had my watch destroyed by water was because of the poorly executed battery replacement. The guy that was changing my battery didn't pay attention. He probably pinched my gasket, and the water got in. Ever since then, I've been changing my batteries myself. The solar technology itself, some people are skeptical about it, but I've had nothing but good experience with it. It's true, it's been about a Citizen, but I've had a Citizen watch for a Citizen EcoDrive for 12 years, and it never missed a beat, and it's still powering strong. So I don't know how Seiko is in this field, but I would expect them to be at least on the same level as Citizen. If there are some things that I don't like about this watch, it's the fact that it's limited, which means that I have a bit of a reserve when it comes to using it harshly, as it's not easily replaceable, should we say. The other thing that I don't like is that the 4 o'clock date. I believe they had an excellent opportunity to move it to 4:30, which would make this marker a hole, and it would make the dial look much more symmetrical, especially when looking at lume shots. I mean, especially when you're looking at it at night, like the Spring Drive Tuna. They did that one right, very right. I don't know, I just like symmetrical dials, and my favorite Rolex is the Submariner No Date because of that, because of the symmetry of the dial. So I believe that was a missed opportunity. I don't know why they did put it on 4 when they could have moved it to 4:30, and the dial would look so much better, at least to me. Well, that's about it when it comes to this watch. I really like it, and I'll keep on wearing it. I hope you enjoyed watching, and hopefully I'll make some other videos in the future. Thank you.